All right. You guys should have finished up your project last week. I gave you credit for it being on time all the way through midnight on Friday. If it is late at this point today, as long as I have it sometime today by midnight, I will give you still full credit, but get it turned in. All of those pieces. All right, this chapter right here, standards wall. This is a PowerPoint of what is right up there on the standards wall. You can look at that. There is nothing for you to do with it except to read it and to know what's going on. You do not have to do anything with it. It is not an assignment. Right here, Cyber Literacy, Chapter 6, Text, Notes, and Key Terms. This is what we're going to go over today. This assignment is already old. I changed the due date on it, and I will give you full credit for it today. But after today, the best grade that you're going to be able to make is a 70. Whoever that is that just joined the meet, get off the meet. You don't need to be on there. We're recording. You need to just watch, and you need to be able to work on your computer to do this activity while we're doing this together. All right, so Cyber Literacy, Chapter 6, Text, Notes, and Key Terms. This Activity 1 and quiz right here, these are also due. It looks like I have it on here for tomorrow. Anytime after that, it's going to be late, very late, because it's already late, and the best grade you can make on it is a 70. But since I have it listed for tomorrow, anytime today or tomorrow, I will give you full credit. Keep in mind, this is the week that progress reports go out. I want to finalize your grade Wednesday for your progress report. So that means anything that's missing needs to be dealt with as soon as possible. I did not give you any new reflections for this week, and I did that on purpose. You will have 5 reflections next week, and that will take us up through number 50. And that will be the end of the reflections until we come back after Christmas. So you have 5 more to do that I will post for you next week. But I did not post them this week because I want you getting caught up on everything that you owe. So that gives you time. Instead of doing a daily reflection for now, you can go back and see, oh, looks like I didn't do this one. So I can take care of that one. All right. Chapter 7 we'll talk about later this week. And the Cyber Patriot Unit 1 we'll talk about later this week. Right now, you're going to go to Cyber Literacy, Chapter 6, Text, Notes, and Key Terms. You're going to click on the PDF. You should have your own copy that opens up in Orbit Note. Orbit Note has been working very well. It hasn't had any issues at all.
Teachers, at this time, please post your attendance. Please post your attendance.
All right, we're going to get through this quickly, and then I will post attendance. Let's do this. All right, first of all, this is Chapter 6, Homeland Security, Computer Protection. For the title of your notes, you guys should probably, remember you can't highlight on this page right here, but what I would do is I would take a screenshot. Yours is over in the right-hand corner. I would just take a picture of that, and I would probably include the overview. So here's this. I would save that, and I would put it on my notes. Now, because when you use Orbit Note and you go to collect your highlights, it creates a document for you. Save your images, but don't put them on there until after you collect your highlights, and then go put them where they go in the document. So save this. I'm not going to save mine. And then I would go down here, and I would also get a screenshot of the overview. I would get a screenshot of that as well, because it's not going to let you highlight there. All right. Your key terms are right here. I would also get a screenshot of those key terms. Now, remember, I'm using Snip Tool. You guys are going to have a little gray ovalish rectangulish thing over here in the right hand corner. You're going to click on that and you're going to take a screenshot, and you can just highlight the part of the screen that you want. But you're going to need to take a screenshot of the key terms that are going to go in there. All right. Then we get down here to our actual document. What is computer protection? Now, let me go take a look in the assignment. I'm pretty sure that I typed very specifically that I want your topic headings this time. I want your topic headings to be highlighted in yellow. Your key terms, here's one right here, computer protection. I want your key terms to be in blue so that they will stand out. There's computer protection right here. And we want that to be blue because that's one of your key terms. And then just general notes. Now, your key term right here is computer protection, and it tells you what the definition is right here. It says computer protection means using a combination of methods to safeguard your computer's information from theft and other harmful attacks such as corrupted file and malware. This is part of your key term. So rather than naming it or highlighting it in green like it's just a random note, it's not a random note. It's part of your key term. So you're going to turn it blue. All right, what color did we say we wanted for topic headings? What color? What color is it? Yellow. There we go. All right. It says, in order to protect your personal information and to ensure your computer stays free of malicious software, you should obtain two very important security features, a firewall and antivirus software. Now, remember we talked about that this is important information right here, but we don't necessarily have to copy down everything. This one might be one that you would want to get the whole paragraph here. And that's just a random note, so we're going to turn it green. And then we have topic headings right here. We have firewalls, but firewall is also a key term. So we're going to make our topic heading yellow. And then firewall right here is going to be blue because it's a key term. It says, think of a firewall as a guard who protects a gate. That could be kind of a random note, but it's not the definition. It stands between your computer's network and the internet, helping you protect your computer from unauthorized access to your network. Just like a guard, a firewall decides what to let in and what to keep out. Firewalls make it more difficult for hackers to break down your computer's gate with malware and tap into your computer's network. For example, most schools use a firewall to protect students from visiting inappropriate websites and from receiving harmful emails such as spam. Okay, so a firewall then says right here, it stands between your computer's network and the internet. So that's part of your definition. So we're going to turn that blue. Helping to protect your computer from unauthorized access to your network. All right, so that might just be a random note there because that's not necessarily part of your definition, but it could be. If you want to make it blue, you can do that. Firewall decides what to let in and what to keep out. That's definitely a random note. It's important. I'm not random does not in any way mean it's not important. It's just not part of your key term. Firewalls make it more difficult to hackers, to break down your computer's gate. Let's just say it makes it more difficult for hackers. All right. Let's see. A good way to understand the function of a firewall is to imagine it as a literal wall that surrounds your computer, protecting it from harm. That's maybe something really good to write down. And if it's not going to let you write it down, remember that you can take a snip or a screenshot of it because that's some good information right there. And if you want to, this picture, this image might be really good for you to take a screenshot of. But again, what you're doing is you are getting the important things out of the text, and you're using the text features that are there. So far, we've looked at topics. We have looked at things that are highlighted. We have looked at images. All right, we have done several different things and looked at several. We've looked at a list. Here's security methods. And it says 1, firewall. And then 2 right here. We're going to use antivirus software. And it looks to me like this page might have been done as a image. Let's see. Yeah. All right. If there is a page that crops up that will not let you highlight, that's when you need to take screenshots. All right. Take a screenshot. Shields of protection. All right. If it stops letting you use the highlighter, you can take a screenshot. Let's see if it moves us. Let's see if it'll do it on the next page. When you're done, remember that you're going to collect your highlights. And when you collect your highlights, it's going to put it into another document. All right, let's try one more time. It was working down there. Okay. Again, it looks like this page has been saved like an image, so maybe you can't get the stuff highlighted. But right here, here's a whole bunch of definitions. You could just take a screenshot of that and put it in your notes. Remember that when you are totally finished going through this document, looking at all the important things on here, antivirus software is the next one here, then shields of protection says to build a strong shield of protection, remember these 4 P's: protect, prevent, prepare, and perceive. All right, protect, prevent, prepare, and perceive. Chances are, since they mention it and they make a list out of it, that that's pretty important in this chapter. And then what else can I do to protect myself? That talks about passwords and how to keep your passwords safe, how to create a really good password, how to change them. All right, and then says make a protection plan. Am I prepared? It has some questions right here. You don't have to type all of this. But what I would do on this section right here, am I prepared? I would definitely take a screenshot of that or highlight it if it will let you highlight it, because that's a pretty important list. And it says figure 6.1. A figure is like an image or a picture. So chances are it's not going to let you treat that like text. You're going to actually have to take a screenshot of it. All right. You do not have to work on the assessment part right here. You can stop right here where it has this list right here. Be prepared. This is something else important. Have backups of your important files and software. This will ensure that you will be able to restore your system after a malware infection. It was good that I had a backup when I was doing my master's degree. I had to turn in a major project. It was the last project. My computer went nuts. Deleted everything. Yep. Always, always, always have a backup. Always. And I've told my daughter now that she's in college, I told her to have 3. You have 1 on your hard drive, you have 1 on a flash drive, and you keep 1 on a cloud so that you can always get your stuff back. All right. When you're done, we're going to pretend that we're done with this so that you guys can move on and do this on your own. And take your notes. Remember, we click this button right here. You collect the highlights, and we want to collect all the colors. All right, and we said that this was, I'm going to leave the PDF highlights on here so that I know that this is the document that I created in order to get the notes from this. Because sometimes you might have another document, but if it says PDF highlights, I'm going to know that I did this on Orbit Note. All right, so this is cyber literacy chapter 6. And these are my PDF highlights from there. And I'm going to save that. All right. Now my document is saved. This is where I can go in and I can put in my images. Let's do this. You would just go up here and you're going to insert an image. I'm going to upload. Oh, I didn't save them. Never mind. That's where you would insert your images, like the chapter title and the overview, the summary there. That's where I would put that. And remember where the other objects that you copied go and put them in there. All right. So I am done with this document. And I want to go back. All right. Back to Google Classroom. Remember what you're going to do is you're going to view the assignment over in the top right-hand corner. It's going to say add or create. You will be adding. You'll click on that same box, but you're going to click on that. Instead of creating a new file, you're going to go to your Google Drive. You will find the file that you just created called Cyber Literacy Chapter 6 PDF Highlights, and you will attach it to the assignment and turn it in. Now, before I turn you loose to work on this, is there anyone who does not understand how to complete the assignment or how to turn it in? All right. If Orbit Note does not work, then you will be responsible for taking Orbit Note off of your Chrome extension, reading the document. You won't be able to highlight and copy, so you're going to have to type your notes. Or if you want to and you prefer writing on paper, you can write it on paper. But you will still have to take a picture of that paper and upload it to Google Classroom. Because I will only grade what's on Google Classroom. One more time, are there any questions, misunderstandings, you don't know what to do? Yes, ma'am. You're stretching? Okay. All right. So then I am going to stop this recording.